Heathcote trainer Michael Chilcott has only been involved in greyhound racing for a relatively short time. However, it didn't take long for it to become an addiction. So much so, he gave up his livelihood to pursue his dreams.
Worked in the chicken industry for 20 years, England's chickens for 16 years, and then running broiler farms. I went out and did some contract fencing for a while. Then got back into chicken farms, then got involved with greyhounds. At the end of the day, the chicken farm got in the way of my hobby. Got in the way of work, so I had to leave work and go to the hobby.
His involvement started 8 years ago, and although he did not enjoy instant success, his perseverance finally paid off, breeding a couple of handy youngsters.
A friend of mine was working with me, and he said, "I've got a couple of pups. Do you want to chuck in a few bucks and get involved?" So we did that, and they made some pets somewhere, and then we put in a few dollars and bought a couple more pups. They raced. One was called Captain Plod. Didn't win a race, but he did plod. Then he said, well, we need to get a brood bitch and have a litter. So we did that. We got Any Moment, which was Hot Shot's litter sister. Had a litter with her, and consequently out of that, we raced dogs out of her. Had Tis a Moment and Clean Getaway. Goes to a fella, and a couple more, I think 9 in the litter. One, and from then he did warn me it was addictive, greyhounds, and 8 years on, here we are working full time and having a lot of fun doing it.
Michael moved from the Gippsland region to his current property in 2011 to further establish himself as a professional full-time trainer.
We looked at a lot of places up around Victoria, and the guy had this Glen Capuano, had this place we're in now, and I said, if you ever want to sell this place, let me know, and I'll buy it off you. And he did. He rang me one day and says, well, I'm going to sell up. And I said, well, what do you want for it? He said, only what we paid for it. I said, right, I'll talk to my bank, I'll get back to you. And here we are.
Since making the transition to full-time training, Michael has had some fun with a handful of speedy chasers, the most notable recently being Madison D.
We raced her around the bush, won a maiden at Shepparton over 390. Wasn't running, was what we classed at that stage a Tier 3 dog. Sent it to Tassie as a juvenile to find her feet there, and she won a couple of races down there. She ended up winning her last race down there. She won over 600 and flew home, so we thought there's potential, she might run a bit more ground. But bringing her back, she came on season, so we had a litter with her and brought her back, and now she's won nine races over the staying trip.
The daughter of El Gallo and O Behave has made numerous group finals, giving Michael the opportunity to travel the nation seeking riches, a lifestyle which still takes some getting used to.
She asked me 12 months ago, it was probably a bit overwhelming, and judging, are you doing the right things, are you not doing the right things, but now I sort of probably come to enjoy it a bit more. It's still nerve-wracking. I still question myself, are we doing things right, are we doing things wrong, but it's a lot of fun, having something good enough to be able to put into those races and getting amongst it.
Another handy performer has been Tam's Wish, which is currently on the sidelines due to injury. But Chilcott remains optimistic that she will make it back to the track and be competitive at a higher level.
I think if she can take the next step, she's run 29.40s at Sandhurst, she's run 30Os at the Meadows. If she can just mature and begin consistently, she could be grabbing in the start in a good race, not in the not too distant future, and hopefully getting amongst the business end.
Of course, running and maintaining a full-time training establishment takes more than one person. Fortunately, Michael has some family assistance.
My wife Julie, she works full-time at another job to help pay for my habit, and the kids are coming home and helping out.
Aside from training, Michael has previously been involved with the Warrigal Racing Committee and is currently on the Bendigo Committee, where he's hoping to make a difference to the sport in his area.
If I'm going to have a say in something, I like to put my hat on and don't just talk about it and that. Just if you're going to do it, get in there, have a go. Don't just talk behind the scenes. Get in there and where you might be able to make a difference. And if that's if we can make a difference to greyhound racing or the communities, then they're fantastic.
For the present, Michael already knows which direction he'd like to continue his participation in the sport. But like most, no matter what the future holds, Michael feels it will involve greyhounds.
Now we just want to concentrate on a bit of rearing, and I do love racing greyhounds, so I mean that's where we want to end up eventually, just racing greyhounds if we can get that. But to do that, you need to have a supply of good dogs, and hopefully we can put the polish on them and take them to where they need to be. You look at the boutique trainers, the Thompsons, the McDonalds, the Greenos, the guys that just they have good dogs, they do a good job with their dogs. It'd be fantastic to be in that position where you can just race good dogs and just have a lot of fun enjoying doing what you're doing. We've talked about future, one day maybe getting a camper van and just travel around, but I've always kept saying we'll have a 4-dog trail on the back.